we're going to explore some breath of fire. So I want to invite you to place your hand on your abdominal area. Then I want you to gently squeeze your belly in. You can squeeze straight back or you can squeeze and lift. All right, so what you're doing is you're engaging the core muscles and the back muscles. Release the belly. And then again, squeeze the belly. And then we try not necessarily to hold the breath and release, but you can hold the breath if you want to. Inhale, squeeze the belly, lift up, and exhale out. It's a good way to activate the abdominal region. The transverse muscles are those muscles. We have muscles that go down, we have muscles that go across, and we have muscles in the abdominal region that wrap around. So the goal is those deep transverse muscles pull everything in and hold everything in and keep us nice and toned. And it's really good for pelvic floor health too. So the breath of fire is activating those transverse muscles. So to energize, we're going to squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And then what we tend to avoid is the rocking of the upper body. Oftentimes people will hold their hands up and squeeze the belly, but we're just going to focus on this right now. So squeeze and release, squeeze and release, and maybe do that about 3 more times. And then we're going to pair that with the breath. There are 2 ways that you can do breath of fire. You can blow out through your mouth when you squeeze your belly. So go ahead and do that. Squeeze and forcefully blow out. And then you relax on the exhale. The belly softens, the exhale relaxes, or the breath relaxes. And then to help with the direction, squeeze the belly. You can point at your belly, squeeze the belly, and point away from your mouth. So you're squeezing in while you're blowing out. And then you release, and then squeeze in and blow out. Now you can also blow out traditionally through the nose. If you're congested, that doesn't work really well. I like the blow out through the mouth because it's more powerful sounding to me. But if you practice enough, you can get that blow out through the nose to be very strong. And you control how quickly you do it. So I want to invite you to find your rhythm, squeeze the belly as you blow it. It's a passive inhale. We're not going, you don't hear the inhale. So you can take it slow, or you can take it fast. But try not to rock your shoulders like I was just doing. 30 seconds is usually good for breath of fire. 30 seconds, take a breath. If you want to do more, get that pumpkin going and see how much you want to do it. I'm just going to invite you to find your core, find your strength, squeeze in and exhale out. Through your nose or your mouth. Fast or slow. And then I want you to squeeze the belly and hold the belly in and still breathe in and out through the nose. Good, and release. I invite you to just close your eyes for a moment. Breathe however feels good for your body. Noticing how you feel. So breath of fire is one of those times if you need a pick-me-up, pick you up. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with quarter sun salutations because you need that before you get into your full salutations. We are not going to sit on the back of a chair. I know that sounds lovely, but you're going to use your strong core muscles. Sit about halfway on the chair. And you want to bring your ankles under your knees. I've got the blocks just for a half sunset, the half fold, just because I like them using half fold. If you have the blocks, use them. If you don't worry about them. We're going to begin with our arms by our side in our traditional mountain pose. Now remember, today when we get into the sun salutations, we're actually going to be staying in the poses, and I'm going to give you cues to make your pose work effectively for your body. But just for this time being right now, we're just going to focus on the overall general shape. Quarter sun salutations. Remember, there's lots of ways you can go up. You can sweep your arms up and come to the sky. And come your hands down to the heart. There's your quarter sun salutation, you did it. You can take your palms up to the sky and then sweep down. There's another quarter sun salutation. Boy, aren't we great with this? All right, inhale, arms up to the sky and sweep back down. Everybody's breath is different, so you're gonna go at different paces. All right, so there you go. Quarter sun salutation is finding your way from Tadasana. Everyone say Tadasana, mountain pose, to upward hands. So y'all can say that. Or Urdhva, that's the Sanskrit, Urdhva. Hastasana. Okay, bring your hands down. Woo! Now, if I keep my hands too long over my head, my hands and fingers get tingly. So if you find tingle, numbness, hurting, move out of the pose. All right, that's it. There's our quarter sun salutations. We're gonna set up for the half sun salutation. So if you have a block or blocks, you're welcome. I'm probably just gonna use one block. Welcome to place that between your feet. Let's come back to mountain pose. Shine your palms forward. Inhale, arms up to the sky for your upward hands. Good. Fold down all the way towards the earth for your full forward fold. Either plant your hands to your block or hands or elbows to your thigh for your half forward fold. We come back down to full forward fold and use your core strength. Inhale your arms up, lift your torso back up to the sky and bring your hands to the heart center. It ends in a variation of mountain pose known as, this one's a hard one, Samastitihi. So if you want to say that, Samastitihi. Good. All right, so now what we're going to do, that was a half sun salutation. It just was arms up, arms down, and you threw in a half fold. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do sun salutation A. That adds in the vinyasa, that is the upward dog or the cobra, the downward facing dog, the plank pose, which is known as chaturanga. We're not doing that seated. I just can't figure out any way to do that seated. And then we're gonna end up with the same thing that we just did. All right, so here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Remember, we're trying to pair our breath with our movements. Inhale, flatten your back and come to a half fold. From here, we would go into a chaturanga. We're not doing that. So instead, we're bringing our hands to our thighs, squeeze your elbows in and arch your back and lift your heart into upward facing dog. To do the downward facing dog, you're gonna bring your hands and your block or your hands forward as far forward as you can reach and bring your head down between your elbows or higher up, your choice. And we're stretching long through the body. From downward facing dog, you're going to come back to your half fold. Good. Come down to your full forward fold. And then inhale, lifting chest and torso, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Nice. All right, so did you see how that was slightly different than the quarter sun salutation or the half sun salutation? We've now taken a tiny bit, made it a little bigger, and then made it a bit bigger. So we're gonna do that one more time. I'll throw in some of the Sanskrit names too. All right, start in Tadasana. Ta-da! All right, inhale your arms, however you wanna get them, up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold into your Uttanasana. Inhale up to your half fold, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Bring your hands to your thighs and arch your back and lift up the chest to your upward facing dog. That's Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. All right, exhale down. It's okay if you're breathing in between these. Reach out long to your downward facing dog. That one is, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. All right, when we're ready, we'll come from downward facing dog, back up to our half fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky, and exhale your hands to your heart, Samastiti. Now we're going to do the Sun Salutation B, doing the same thing, but what that does is it expands it even longer. We're adding in a chair pose right after upward arms. We're adding in 2 vinyasas. That's the upward dog, downward dog, usually chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. So there's 2 of those, and we're adding in a warrior 1. Sorry, but the only way I can tell you when we get to warrior 1 is you're gonna have to shift one direction to drop your leg back. And then you gotta shift the other way and drop your leg back. So it's not quite as flowy on the warrior 1 part for the chair, but whatever. All right, so here we go. Let's start with our Tandasana, our mountain pose. Inhale your arms up to the sky for your upward hands. You're gonna interlace your hands, index fingers to the sky, and hinge forward. There's your chair pose, all right? Exhale down to your full forward fold. Inhale up to your half fold. From here, hands to your thighs, squeeze your elbows, lift up to your upward facing dog. Exhale, reach hands forward to your downward facing dog, stretch long. All right, so here, they go to warrior 1. All right, so you're gonna come back up because that's how we gotta reposition on the chair. Scooch to your left, and I know I'm opposite of you guys. Scooch to your left, and you're gonna take your left foot and just kind of step it back. The right foot has the knee above the ankle, and you're gonna inhale your arms up to the sky, warrior 1. This is a fun one to say in Sanskrit. Vira Bahadrasana. Virabhadrasana. All right, lower those arms down. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And then from here, we go to the other side. So sit back up. You're going to scooch towards your right side and step your right leg back. Inhale your arms up to the sky into your warrior 1 on this side. From here, you would come back to your vinyasa, which is bring your hands down, readjust your position if you need to. Upward facing dog, squeeze those shoulder blades. Downward facing dog, reach long. And here, downward facing dog, they take 5 seconds. So you can lift your heels, pedal your feet. Breathe. 30 seconds, 5 breaths. We may stay in it, we may not. And then from here, you come back to your half fold. Your full forward fold on the exhale. Inhale your arms up to the sky, upward hands. Palms come together and exhale your hands to the heart center. And that is a Sun Salutation B from a chair. By doing this in a chair, you make it more accessible for people who can't necessarily feel comfortable getting down to the earth and coming back up and moving in that position. So it just makes it more accessible, but it also makes it a little bit more challenging in some ways, and it makes it a little bit more stable because think about how that downward facing dog allows you to have the lower half of your body nice and stable against the chair. The body weight is being supported by the chair, and then you're able to stretch nice and long through downward facing dog. So the chair is not about you can't, it's about, how can I explore differently? We're gonna do that one more time together. Everybody take a nice big breath in and out. Inhale your arms up to the sky. We're gonna come to the chair pose, traditional chair, arms reach forward and you hinge forward. Weight goes into the feet, still reaching backwards. Come down to your full forward fold. Inhale to your half fold. From here, upward facing dog, hands to your thighs, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Downward facing dog, reach your arms forward. All right, you're then going to come up, Shift to your left side. Left leg comes back. Inhale your arms up to the sky for warrior one. Release your arms on the exhale. Shift back to the center of your chair. Come back. Let's see, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come back up. Shift to your right side. Scoot your right leg back. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Noticing how we're breaking this down into smaller steps. Exhale your arms down. Come back to the center of your chair. Come into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We are almost done. To your half fold. So long length, we're not squeezing shoulder blades together. Exhale to full forward fold. And then inhale up to your chair pose, reaching long through the body, reaching forward. Inhale all the way up to your upward hands and exhale the hands to the heart center, Samasthiti. Take a moment here. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Maybe you notice your breath rate, noticing the temperature of your body and how the mind feels. Does anybody want to share anything about how they feel right now? Hot, yeah. I'm working up a sweat too. Does anybody feel an elevated heart rate with the hands to the chest or elevated breath rate? Okay, good. So Sun Salutations are for elevating the heart rate, for energizing the body. If you would like to explore Sun Salutations with us on the mat, if you want to continue having the chair accessible so that you can come and do that, use it for standing or using it for seated, you're welcome to do that too. Remember, you don't have to 100% do things exactly the way that I'm instructing. All right, if you got a blanket, if you got blocks, put them tall at the beginning of the front of the mat. I find that blocks can be a little bit distracting, especially when I come into the chaturanga, but whatever. Blanket, if you have it, put it at the end of the mat so it's not in your space. I'm all about alignment cues and making sure that you stay safe and strong in your poses. So we're going to explore different ways to do many of these poses. The first one is mountain pose. So I'm going to invite you to find your hip distance, what you think your hip distance is. And then we're going to use that little trick of the heel to the arch of our foot, press into the toes and the ball and rotate that back. And see, did you get your hip distance today? That's going to provide us a little bit more stability, and spreading your toes gives you more surface area. Yeah. All right, so that's the first thing we do for our mountain pose. And then I invite you to wiggle your knees. We don't want to lock the knees. We want to keep the knees comfortable, but not locked. You might engage your thighs and draw your thighs towards each other. That's a challenge for me because immediately my glute muscles want to tighten up. And I invite you not to squeeze your glutes in mountain pose. You might need to give it a few pats and say, stop squeezing. All right, from here, you're gonna squeeze your belly, squeeze and lift up and towards your rib cage. Roll your shoulders back. And when I say roll your shoulders back, I don't mean like reaching, arching back. I just mean a gentle roll, little cascade down your back so that you open the chest just a little bit. Traditionally, the hand position has changed over time with mountain pose. It used to be hands by your side, palms facing your body. Now it's changed to palms facing forward. What I want you to do is I want you to feel what's happening in your shoulders. Take your hand and place it right in front of your shoulder, like right as it comes into the pecs. All right, I want you to shine your palm towards your body and feel that position. That's a neutral position. If you were to turn your hand out, that opens up in that shoulder region in the chest, and that's an external shoulder rotation. So do that again. Neutral, palm faces you. Rotate palm out to your side, external shoulder rotation. Now we're going to try something different. Come palm facing by your side. We're going to do an internal shoulder rotation. You're going to take your thumb, sweep it towards your body and back. And feel what's happening in your shoulder blade. That's an internal shoulder rotation. Bring your palm back to neutral and then rotate it back so you can feel that turning of the shoulder into the body. So just an exploration of hand position. You're going to hear me say, turn palms to the sky when we go up, turn palms down when we go down. So I pay a lot of attention to which direction our palms are going. So feel free to shine your palms out, squeeze the belly, don't squeeze your glutes. Chin generally is neutral. I want you to think of a string attached to your spine, attached to the top of your head, and that string is pulling you tall to the sky, but your shoulders are pressed down and you're rooted to the earth. Close your eyes. That gives you a little bit more balance challenge if you're comfortable with your eyes closed standing. I want to invite you to set an intention for your practice, a word or phrase that speaks to you, what you'd like your focus to be now or after class. And say it to yourself. You might think that you are still, but most likely you have got particles of the air bouncing against you and your particles of your solid body pushing against the air molecules. So most of the time, there is slight shifting in our bodies. We think we're still, but we're not. Go ahead and open your eyes and bring your hands to the heart center. Now, if you want to challenge more stability, keep your feet in that hip position. If you want to challenge your balance, step your feet close together. This is full samastitihi. And press your shoulders down. And here, it's a great way to connect to your heart rate, to your heart breath rate. You can just take your thumbs and just kind of press them into your sternum. All right, so from here, we're going to go to upward hands. You can sweep, you can lift, you can put your feet back to hip distance. Somehow find your hands up to the sky. The hands could be together or they could be separated. Can you press your shoulders down while you're doing that? Yeah. Okay, good. I know that's hard. So can you keep your elbows more or less straight, but yeah, shoulders are not reaching towards your ears. Sometimes you'll hear people say, okay, bring your shoulders up to your ears. We don't want tension in the neck and the trapezoid muscles in the shoulders. We want to relax that. Upward hands. All right, bring your hands down. There's not much to upward hands. You're just lengthening through the body. All right, so the next thing that you would do would be a forward fold. Let's look at forward fold. Lots of ways you can forward fold. If you want to use your chair, you're welcome to use the chair. All right, forward fold, I want you to think of hinging, all right? Because you want to place your hands in your hip creases, and the reason why I'm telling you this is going to strengthen your bones and your muscles even more when you hinge rather than curl down. You want your feet hip distance and you want to tip forward, like you're getting ready to fold forward. Start to squeeze your belly and then you're just going to keep folding down. So if you have blocks, we're going to bypass the blocks. Can you keep your spine long in a forward fold? Absolutely. Okay, so reach to the tailbone and reach to the crown of the head. It's a hamstring stretch and it's a back release. If you don't want the hamstring stretch, you want more back release, bend your knees, bring your belly to your thighs. This is my favorite version of full forward fold. Could you curl the body and look through your legs? Sure you can, but if you want to stay long, you can stay long too. All right, so the two options here are knees straight or knees bent. Your choice, whatever feels good in your body. All right, from here, we're going to come to half fold. So if you have your blocks or you have your chair, you can put your hands on that surface. If you don't, all right, you will traditionally see people put their hands on their legs. Here's what I want to caution you against. Don't put your body weight against your shins. It locks your knees and pushes your body back. So instead, 2 fingers. If you don't have the blocks, 2 fingers, and that's it. Long length through the body. You can also flatten your back. So if you can see yourself in the video or in front of a mirror, flatten your back. So instead of being folded down, you're like the number 7. All right, we're going to go ahead and come up to standing. And remember that forward fold, Uttanasana, and half fold, Ardha Uttanasana, they're inversions. So noticing how your body responds to inversions. You've got all the parts of a 1/4 sun salutation. We're gonna roll through that one time. Here we go. Inhale your arms to the, gotta start mountain. Nice and firm. Big breath here, guys. Inhale your arms up to the sky, however you want to get them there. Shine your palms forward. Exhale down. Bent knees or straight knees to a full forward fold. Straighten your knees, flatten your back to a half forward fold. Exhale down to a full forward fold. And inhale your arms upward towards the sky, upward hands. And once you get here, no rush, hands to the heart center for Samastitihi. There's your half sun salutation. You did it. Good. All right, so now we're going to add in the other poses of a sun salutation A. That's the vinyasa that we add in, the plank, the upward dog, the downward dog. So we start with what we just did, the half sun salutation, mountain. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down, follow your breath. I tend to go slower than most people doing this. Half fold on your inhale, and then the blocks are in my way, and so I'm like, okay, get the blocks out of the way. All right, you're going to walk your feet back, and you can do this one knee at a time, or you can do more. Kind of get yourself into a modified plank, and then bend the elbows and lower yourself down to the earth. So that's a modified chaturanga. All right, while we're here, we're then going to look at two options, cobra pose or upward facing dog. Both of those are acceptable variations for sun salutations. Hug your arms in, bring your hands as close to your shoulders as you can, spread those fingers. Pat your hands. We're not putting a lot of weight into the hands. We want it to come from the back. Push your pelvic bone down into the earth, point your toes, and lift from the chest. You do not have to go very high to get the benefits of a cobra. Try not to squeeze your glutes. And then exhale down. It is more important that you lengthen versus lifting high. So think of reaching through the crown of the head and then lifting. Squeeze the shoulder blades or press the shoulder blades down towards the hips. That's a good option. And exhale back down. All right, everyone take a break. We've just done a little back bend. If you feel like you want to lift your knees, bend your knees, lift your legs, and sway side to side. Give a little release for the back. Go ahead and do that. And then relax your legs down. Now we're going to look at upward facing dog. You slide your hands back, and everybody's anatomy is different. So some people just bring their hands to the sternum. Some people can bring their hands to their waist. You find the place that feels comfortable for you. You're going to push into your hands and straighten your elbows. Now, you don't want hunch forward. You want to roll the shoulders back. And you can point toes or you can tuck toes. If you want to engage the legs, you can lift the knees off of the earth. And where do you go with the head? I tell people to look forward. You will see people that drop their head all the way back towards their neck. It compresses the vertebrae, so don't do that. But can you lift the chin a little bit? Sure. All right, from upward facing dog, it goes to downward facing dog. The easiest thing to do is lift your pelvis up. Like think of a crane, lifting your pelvis up. You draw your pelvis back and come tuck toes back. All right, we're gonna take a child's pose here. So you can untuck those toes, point those toes, and come down towards the earth. Now, if you're in puppy dog, that's okay too. If you don't go all the way back to child's pose, puppy dog is hips over the knees. And we're just gonna take a moment to breathe in this space. We're taking this really slow. All right, and then come out of your puppy dog or your child's pose. We're gonna do a little baby downward facing dog. So you tuck your toes, you push towards the heels, and you lift your knees. All right, you can stay here, or you can straighten your knees and it'll bring you to downward facing dog. All right, the key to downward facing dog is you want your feet the distance of a dollar bill, okay? So that's about the placement where you want it. And then you want to push into your hands and push your chest towards your knees. You could bend your knees. You can keep them straight. Your choice. And then, let's see, what's another cue for you guys? That's probably good. All right, so when you're ready, let's see. All right, you walk forward to your half fold. So start to walk, come up on your fingertips if you need to, make your way to your half fold. Use your blocks or not, doesn't matter. All right, then you go into your full forward fold. Remember, knees bent or knees not. And then inhale. 2 ways to inhale up. You can come straight up, upward arms. All right, everybody, we're gonna go back down to that full forward fold so you can get the other way to come back up. So back to that full forward fold. You can bend your knees and drop your pelvis down and lift your chest. I like this version. And then lift your arms up to upward hands and then hands to the heart and Samastitihi. Good. That's it. You did it. All right. So now we're going to explore Sun Salutation A again, adding some different things. Mountain pose. Find your stability. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale to your full forward fold. You decide how you want to be in that full forward fold. Inhale to your half fold, flat back. From half fold, you bring your hands to your earth. You can walk out and come into a full plank, or you can knees down, your choice. Bend your elbows, knees down or elbows bent, and come down to the earth. Chaturanga. All right, from here, we're gonna come up to cobra or upward facing dog. If you're an upward facing dog, you can tuck your toes and you push through your hands as you push your pelvis back and lift your knees and come into downward facing dog, or come another way to downward facing dog. Take your time. All right, once you get here, you can pause. You can bend one knee and the other. Oh yes, should your heels be touching the earth? They do not have to be touching the earth. Working on flexibility for our ankles and our feet. All right, so after about 30 seconds or 5 breaths, you look forward and then you can walk, or you could hop, or walk your way towards your half fold. And then your full forward fold. Big breath in, up to the sky. Make your way up however you want to. And exhale the hands to the heart center. Good. All right. Now we'll explore Sun Salutations B. That's where we do 2 vinyasas, warrior 1, and a chair pose. And you can do chair pose as the hinging, reaching forward, or you can do it Ashtanga chair, barely bending. So let's look at those poses. Chair pose. Feet hip distance apart, hinge forward. Okay, so you hinge forward, tailbone reaches out, reach your arms forward and your knees start to bend. And then you want to pull your shoulders back into the shoulder sockets. I do not squeeze my belly on chair pose. That's just what I do. You can explore if you have it engaged or not. And then straighten your knees and hinge back up. Good. Ashtanga chair is interlaced hands with index fingers up. We call that Charlie's Angel Mudra. All right. Feet are together. Inhale the arms to the sky, and all you're going to do is a baby bend of your knees. You can choose either variation you want, whichever one you want. But then if you go into the half fold, you have to step your feet a little bit wider to get hip distance. All right, so chair pose. Warrior 1. Let's look at warrior 1. Some people will step forward to warrior 1. Some people step back. Okay, so the front right foot is forward, knee is bent, left leg is back. I want you to play with that. Do you like stepping back with the left leg? Or do you like stepping forward? In Sun Salutations, we're stepping forward. Any other yoga that I teach, I step back. Just an awareness of what you like, what works best for your body. All right, so for warrior 1, you step forward or step back. The right leg is going to be forward. Now, if you are tight-roped, you're going to be more balance challenged. So it's better to step at least hip distance or wider for more stability. How far do you have to be? You don't have to be very far back. You can choose to be very far back, but it's up to you. Does that back heel have to be touching the earth? Nope, you don't have to. It is a balance pose. Yes, it's strength and balance. The wider your feet go, the more balance you're gonna have. All right, the feet, where they're positioned determines on your style of yoga. Some people will say take the back foot and slightly turn it out. Well, what this does is it turns your pelvis towards that direction and you're not straight. So in the style of yoga that I teach, I say both feet face forward. Your choice. Is one right or wrong? Absolutely, it's what's right for you. So always find your foundation position, okay? Then when you're ready, inhale your arms up towards the sky. Now, if you have concerns with your shoulders, just reach forward. If your shoulders are feeling good today, reach up towards the sky. Palms are facing each other. You want to press your shoulders down towards your hips. It's lengthening through the torso, strengthening the arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together just a little bit for a little opening. And then when you're ready, release your arms down, and it might take 1 or 2 steps. Bend that front knee, put the weight in there, and make your way back to stand. We're gonna come into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana, with the left leg forward. Do you come back and step forward, or do you start forward and step back? Your choice. All right, so look for those cues. Look for how wide feels comfortable for your body. From the front foot to the back foot, from side to side. You want your front knee over top of your knee. That stacks the joints and makes them more stable. We don't want knees over the toes. You want to draw the knee at least, it can be further back, but no further than kind of the ankle. All right, when you feel the foundation is nice and stable, you should be face forward. And then you're going to inhale your arms up to the sky on this side. Yoga is going to let you know whether or not how balanced or unbalanced or strong or weak you are on either side. Relax your shoulders, palms facing each other again. Take a couple of breaths here. And then you release your arms and then put that weight into the front leg as you bend the knee and step or drag your foot forward. Good, back to the center. So that's it. That is all the poses of the Sun Salutation B. So we're going to add those in together. All right, if you'd like to use blocks, feel free to set them up at the top of your mat. We start at the front of our mat, feet hip distance apart. We got to do a chair pose. So if you like a taller chair, you can put your feet close together. All right, here we go. Mountain pose. Relax shoulders. And then we're going to go through the Sanskrit names. Here we go. Tadasana. Upward hands on your inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Find your chair pose. All right, shine your palms forward. Exhale, come down to a full forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flatten your back to a half fold, Ardha Uttanasana. From here, we plant our hands to the earth. We make our way to our plank or our chaturanga, and somehow, knees down or not, lower yourself down to the earth. There we go. All right, point the toes and either cobra pose or upward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Did I get that one? Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. All right, from here you're going to tuck your toes, shift your pelvis back or lift the pelvis back. Make your way to downward facing dog. That's that Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here you go right foot steps forward, right next to your right hand. Take a couple steps if you need to. Lift your torso and come arms to the sky, palms facing each other to your Warrior One. Shine your palms forward, bring your hands down to the earth, and you're going to slide or kick that foot back, and then you're going to, knees down or not, come into your push-up down to the earth, chaturanga. Inhale up to cobra or upward facing dog. From there, you're going to make your way to downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. Then your left foot is going to step forward 1 or 2 times to get to the left hand. And then inhale, lift your torso up to the sky. So you got that warrior one. Exhale the hands down. You're going to kick your foot back, making your way to plank pose, lowering down chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or your cobra pose. From here, you're going to exhale and make your way to downward facing dog. And yay, we can pause here, pedal the feet, lift the heels, get up on the tiptoes, or stay in stillness. Breathe, press to all of your fingers. Press your chest towards your knees. Good. And then we're gonna make our way back. So look forward, walk your way back up to half fold. From our half fold, we release into our full forward fold. Here's where we come into our chair pose again. Lower your pelvis down, lift your arms and torso up, make your way to your Utkatasana, your Ferris chairs pose. Inhale, straighten knees, upward hands. Hands come together and exhale, hands to the heart center, Samasthiti.